Guess what? People need to know that the reason why their horses have problems is because of them. Otherwise, their horse is never going to get better, and it just becomes a safety hazard where eventually the horse gets so fed up with their bullshit that it throws them, and then they have the horse euthanized and they say that it's a bad, dangerous horse when they were the problem all along. Hey bitch, and welcome back to another Let's Judge Horse Trainers video. I'm so sorry that my upload schedule has been a bit crazy this month and last month, you guys. As most of you know, I'm planning my wedding, which is just in a couple weeks, so it's just getting hectic and crazy in my life right now, and so many things are just going on. Today's video, though, we're doing the long-awaited video reacting or judging Pat Parelli. Now, I don't personally believe that I know enough about Pat Parelli to really make a judgment or assessment on how I feel his training is. So this video is going to be really interesting because personally I feel like my opinion of him can go one way or the other, and you always have to bear in mind I'm just reacting to one video. They could have better training videos. They could have worse training videos. All horse trainers make mistakes from time to time. So my opinion is never set in stone. It's really just my opinion on how I view them and their practices that are being taught in that video that I'm reacting to. Now, again, I don't personally know enough about him, and I've never watched any of his training videos. I've only watched a few of the disaster videos where I think he was doing a clinic where he forced somebody's horse to flip over on them. And I know that his wife was caught red-handed beating a blind horse, and that was like front page news.
Look at her hitting this horse. Look at her snapping. See, that's what, look at it. This poor horse.
Over there that you need to
yeah, wow. She's really cool.
Move around.
Wow, she's got nice little fringes. Look at her. Look how smart she is. She's got people paying her to beat a horse up. Very impressive. This thing goes on and on. She's snapping it, hurting it, hitting it. Big deal. Yeah, wow. Wow, tough lady. Wow. Wow. Big tough lady beating up on a horse and won't fight back.
They never really addressed that or like said anything about that. So personally, I don't like his wife, but I just want to state this in the beginning of the video. So that way, that would be my only bias going into watching this is the few things I've seen of him so far. But this could turn out to be a positive review. Maybe those were just one-off instances where he just messed up and made some mistakes in his training. Not his wife. I won't forgive that. But maybe him. Before we get into this video though, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who supports me over on Patreon and YouTube members. I know my upload schedule has been really infrequent lately, but we do have so many amazing videos planned, and I do try to post 3 to 4 videos a month over there. So you guys can subscribe to Patreon or become a YouTube member if you would like to support me and watch all of that extra horse content. Today's video is going to be a long video, bitch, okay, because I have a lot to react to. This video that he uploaded is like an hour long, but I'm going to fast forward and put it on 2x speed so we can try to get through this in a timely fashion. Let's read the bio. We have to read the bio first, as always. In 1982, Pat Parelli began creating a natural horsemanship program to improve the relationship between horses and humans. Pat promoted the concept of love, language, and leadership. Pat's desire to spread this knowledge to the world rose in him after watching his mentors Tom Durrance and Ray Hunt work with horses.
Hi folks, Pat Parelli here, and welcome to Inside Access. Today we have a young man here named Sean. Sean, how you doing?
Good, how are you today?
Good. What's your last name?
Clayson.
Okay, and how old are you?
16.
16 years old, all right. And what do we got here? Tell us about your horse. What's his name?
Oh, this is Buck.
Buck?
Yeah.
What kind of horse is he?
Oh, he's a foxtrotter.
He's a foxtrotter.
Foxtrotter.
Okay, and what do you do with him?
Oh, I use him on the ranch and for team roping.
How's that going?
Oh, pretty good. He's real nervous in the box. Starts to rear up.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The fact that this guy answers every question with, he's a Foxtrotter. Oh, I got him in the body.
Oh, this is Buck. Oh, he's a Foxtrotter. Oh, I use him on the ranch and for team roping. Oh, kind of hard to handle with the bit in his mouth and not the most polite horse on the ground.
Alrighty. And how old is he?
About 9.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can give you a couple of exercises. So he gets nervous when we get in a spot like where we're going to rope or something like that. How about if you roped on him out in the pasture?
Yeah, and he gets a little weary of it, but does pretty good.
Okay. Well, let's start with just a couple of little things. See how my horse is eating and your horse is eating? You ever get that where you feel like you had a tug on your head?
Yeah.
Get your head out of there. Show you a little something you can do.
Okay.
If I want my horse's head up, what I could do is I could just put 1 ounce here and then just start tapping here. Watch. And then rub on him. All right. So what I'd like you to do is just put 1 ounce on the rope and start swinging toward his hip. Just turn. So they right there. Whoa. Let him eat. Let him eat.
Okay.
Let him eat. What I want you to do we're just going to relax here for a second. Let him eat. Now just lift up on the rope 1 ounce. Now start swinging. Start swinging toward his hip. Look at his hip. Swing, 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 swing. There. Feel how now he's made connection to you there? Now he's connecting to the grass again. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Now, if you would, just lift up on that rope there again and just 1 ounce. That's all. Now swing, 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 swing. Touch him. Swing, 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 swing till he can look at him in the eye. Swing until he looks at you. Swing, swing. 1 ounce on the front. And there. He almost made, see, there. Now he's looking at it. Walk backwards. Walk backwards away from him. Look at him. Oh, you missed it. Okay, before he hits his head down. What happens here is a lot of little things with horses. Horses, they're prey animals, right? Okay. So what do you think horses are concerned about? If you were a prey animal, if you were one of them cows or a deer or an antelope or a horse, what do you think would be the most concerning thing to you?
Oh, things trying to eat me.
Yeah, things dying to eat you, all right? So what we want to do is we want to prove to him that we're a partner, not a predator. But because they're so concerned about self-preservation, now you and I, we get hungry and we start thinking, let's see, Taco Bell, McDonald's, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
Maybe I better call Sally up and see if I can meet her there. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the horse has got food everywhere. He lives in a smorgasbord. So then he's concerned about him being the food. All right? So let's try that. So we're going to just do some little things here and see if we can't get him to get in tune with us a little more. Maybe you in tune with him a little more, and get it to where we own his hindquarters. And we're going to try this. So now just reach down that rope softly, just softly. Now just slowly pick up on it. Wait, there. A little more. Just that's enough. Now swing, 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 swing. Keep until he looks at you. Swing, stand still. Keep following him around. Keep looking at him. And now stop and walk backwards. And don't let him eat. Walk backwards, walk backwards, walk backwards. Walk away from him. Walk away from him. Walk away from him. Okay, so see right there how we kind of prevented him from eating? Okay? So just kind of hang in there like that. And when he gets strong on that halter, just swing toward his hindquarters. This is all going to apply to what we do on the ground. There we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Does this horse have problems? I don't understand what they're doing. The horse doesn't seem to have any behavioral issues. I mean, perhaps this kid, because he's so young, he just doesn't know the difference between horses that have behavioral issues or bad manners on the ground and horses that don't. But this horse is not doing anything bad. He's not even pulling. He says that the horse pulls on the lead. Where?
Now, that's good. Now, can you take the rope and throw it over his head? All right. How about the middle of the rope? Can you take the middle of the rope and throw it over his head so it goes back and forth like that? That's the tail of the rope, the middle. The middle
of the rope.
Take the middle of the rope, throw it over your hands are on the middle.
Yeah.
So get a hold of the tail and throw it over his head. Just hold on to the tail. The tail's the end of the rope.
Okay.
Right there. Now drop it on the ground. No, you hang on to the tail.
Yeah.
And drop the middle on the ground. All right. Throw it over his head 3 or 4 times, the middle. Take it off and throw it. There we go. Throw it over his head. Throw the rope over his head. All the way. You're throwing it over his ears. I need it all the way over. All the way over. Here. Can I have it for a second? like this. Throw it over his head this way,
Okay.
and then throw it over his head. And so then it goes around his hindquarters. Like this is what I want you to do. All right, so from here, I want you to hold on to the tail and throw that over his head.
Okay.
Until it goes on the other side of him. Try to get it off his there, like that. So I want to see, so we're testing two things here. We're testing to see if he trusts you. If you can kind of wank, like when you rope, you got to kind of swing fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm sorry, no. Just right out of the gate, no. I have not seen this video. I'm not trying to just be negative initially, but no. The only purpose I could see for this is getting a horse used to stuff moving on top of them, or getting used to stuff being thrown on them, desensitization purposes. But this horse seems perfectly desensitized. I mean, this horse is unbothered, you guys. I've never seen a more unbothered horse in my life. So whatever training they're trying to do is unnecessary. I mean, this horse is just standing there completely fine.
Is swing fast, ride slow. But what most people do, when they swing fast, watch my legs. Their legs are going like this.
Yeah.
So the secret is slow. Slow down here, fast up here. The opposite of a duck. See, a duck goes fast down here.
Yeah.
Slow up on top. All right? Throw that rope over his head a couple times. There you go. Keep throwing it. So the idea is that these little things that every cowboy should be able to get to where their horse trusts them. There we go, just like that. Now, throw it on over. Keep it over there. See if you can throw it on over. The other side of his nose. Now bring it around his hips. Okay, now walk toward me. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Well, I want to see what he does with his hindquarters. Slowly. So, have you been...
No. Oh my God. No. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. No, please do not ever do this. This horse is perfectly fine and seems completely desensitized and okay. This is so not okay. This is a tripping hazard. This is a getting stuck, twisted, tangled hazard. Please don't do this. Okay, I've seen plenty of people that get the lead rope tangled around the horse's ankles or legs. All it takes is for the horse to trip and fall, and the horse's body weight will come down and the horse can break their leg. This is so dangerous, and it's just a tripping hazard. Anytime you keep a lead rope at a low level, you always have to be worried about where the horse is, where the horse's legs are. A horse's legs should never, ever, ever get tangled in your lead rope. It's extremely important that they don't get tangled in your lead rope, because horses can trip and fall and break their legs.
We're just going to have a little deal here. I'm just trying to see, first of all, how handy you are and how confident or unconfident your horse is. Now walk toward his head a little bit. There we go. Walk that way there. Easy, slowly. Keep bringing him around. Bring him around. So what we've got to do is just test to see if he'll move his hindquarters out of the way. All right? There we go. Now rub on his head. See, he made connection with you.
Literally nothing happened. I hate it when trainers act like they're doing something when literally nothing happened. This horse doesn't have any issues. He's listening to what the guy's asking him to do. Chances are it's just this kid that just doesn't really know what he's doing because he's only 16. But this horse is perfectly fine, and then Pat is sitting there acting like he did something because the horse went over to the kid to get rubbed and petted on. No, the horse is just probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you keep wrapping this rope around me. I don't understand what you want.
1 ounce, and then I do something like this.
Okay.
Okay? So either there or on his rump or somewhere. Yeah, just like that. Just let him know you want it up. Faster every time. Faster till he looks at you. Keep moving his hindquarters away from you. Now, you say he rears up, right?
Yeah, when I'm in the box, he'll get to where he's rearing. And
Okay. Let me see if I can show you something here.
okay.
When a horse, just stand right there, and I'm going to shove on you here a little bit. Don't let me push you over. See what you got to do? Widen your legs out. See there?
Yeah.
That's what a horse has to do to rear up. Now put your left heel in front of your right toe, like that. Now keep your feet narrow. Don't move your feet. See how easy? You got no power. You can't stand up. Put your hands on mine. Both hands. Both hands. Both hands. Both hands. Now, come on. Let me push you backwards. Don't let me push you backwards. Come on. What do you got to do with your legs? You see how you
move them wider?
Get them wider.
Yeah.
See there? And I got to get wider. How often do you ride him?
Almost every day.
Okay, good.
Okay, just FYI, please don't ride your horses every single day. It's honestly not good for their backs long term. Horses should not be ridden every single day. You have to give your horse a chance to recover from riding, from exercises, from workouts. It's a workout for a horse to carry you around on their backs. So when I see people who ride their horses every day, I'm like, yeah, congrats. You're never giving your horse a rest. Your horse is never able to physically recover. And you're going to create musculoskeletal problems later on in the horse's life. There's nothing inherently wrong with everything that Pat has said so far. It just doesn't, except for the rope thing, but it just doesn't make any sense really, because this horse doesn't seem to have problems. Also, one thing I wanted to touch on is rearing is almost exclusively a rider error. Every single time I hear people complain that their horse is rearing, it's because of them. And that's something that he should have talked about, because Pat just talks about disengaging their legs so they can't rear. You need to be fixing the problem with the rider, not the horse. The horse is rearing because of the rider. Okay, I'm going to fast forward the whole tacking up process. I'm not going to watch that, so, okay.
Now, does your horse ever get emotional or angry or upset?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Go ahead and put that reins over his head, leave the lead rope out here. All right. So like right there, what do you feel? Does he feel like he's willing to put the bit in, or a little resistant?
A little resistant.
A little resistant, not real bad, but a little bit. So just always think about that. There you go. So you can get everything, maybe keep it loose, nice and loose on him.
Okay, I don't know if anybody saw that. So clearly this kid has very hard hands, because the first thing that the horse did was not only resist the bit, which, by the way, most horses resist the bit because that's normal, because bits are pain devices. They're torture devices. I absolutely hate them. There's no reason that anybody needs to ride in a bit. Point blank period. I don't care what anybody says. Bits are designed for pain and pressure inside the horse's mouth. And you're putting a giant piece of metal in a horse's very sensitive oral cavity that's bashing around and hitting their teeth and hitting their gums and their tongue and everything like that. So yes, it is painful. But one thing that you notice is not only did the horse resist it, but the horse immediately put its tongue up over the bit. This is a way that a horse can avoid pressure and pain that they know they're going to experience. Horses will put their tongue on top of the bit as soon as someone puts it in their mouth, so that way they can avoid the pain from when the snaffle breaks in half and hits the roof of their mouth. That's also why horses open their mouths, to avoid pain. There's no such thing as light hands. I love it when people say, oh, but I ride with light hands, and it doesn't matter because any piece of tack could be used improperly. Sure, any piece of tack could be used improperly, but bits are inherently invasive and painful. That's the entire reason they were created. It's because riders don't know how to ride. And then they say, but I don't have control over my horse without a bit. That's a you problem. That's a I'm not that good of a rider problem.
All right, now can you see that the bit's under his tongue?
Yep.
So just, no, don't have to take it off. Just loosen it a little bit more. Can you go a little longer there?
Not that I know of.
Okay, how about the other side? Some bridles have, can you loosen it on that side there? And we'll see if we'll put his tongue over that bit. Loosen it all the way up, and we can always make it tighter, but let's help him get it on top of his tongue. There you go now. There you go, on top now. Very good.
Did anybody see that? As soon as he put the bit on top of the tongue, the horse put his tongue back over top of the bit. It's because the horse is prepping to avoid pain. This horse literally slipped his tongue over the bit twice in a row. It wasn't a mistake. The kid did not put it under his tongue the first time. It was the horse that put his tongue over top, and the horse just did it again within a millisecond.
That looks pretty good. Now let's see you take your, put your throat latch on. Alrighty. Now untie your halter. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's kind of tight. Untie your halter. All right. You're doing pretty good there, Sean.
Okay.
All right. Take it off the horse. There we go. Just pull it on out. There you go. Now you're going to get your halter off that horse. Why don't you do this? Take the nose piece over his nose.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. Now put it in his mouth. Now go over the bit, then under the bit.
Go.
Take your nose piece and go over the bit, then under the bit.
Okay.
All right. Kind of got the picture there? He's got his tongue over the bit again. And then come over his chin once you've done that. Over his chin. Now pull on the bottom with your right hand.
What is this? Is this him trying to teach a beginner rider or something? This kid doesn't know anything about horses. I mean, this is so painful to watch. Why is this? It makes so much sense why this horse has a rearing problem. That's all I'm gonna say.
What I try to do is I try to get people to learn how to think and how to solve puzzles and how to be smart, because horses are smart. People are intelligent, but you ever seen a horse outsmart somebody?
Yeah.
Like, tell me an example of how a horse outsmarted somebody.
Oh, just out riding. Kids on a horse out riding. They don't know quite what they're doing, and the horse runs away with them.
Or how about catching? You ever seen a horse be hard,
Yeah.
outsmart people being caught? Or how about getting in a trailer?
Yeah.
See, horses are smart. They just know how not, it's like when I was a kid, some of the smart kids, not necessarily smart in school, not school smart, but the smart kids got in trouble a lot because they were smarter than the parents and the teachers and everybody, and then some of them ended up going to jail. They kind of ended, because they're always smart. See, now let's loosen that bit up. I noticed he put his tongue back over the bit. So some of your problem may be that he puts his tongue under the bit.
Yeah.
If he puts his tongue under the over the bit, then everything is going to magnify times 10. So just leave it loose. Let's see, where is it? Is it on top or bottom?
Yeah, it's on top now.
Okay, good. So we're going to leave it loose so that he's got a choice. See how he's putting it? He's put his tongue over the bit now.
Yeah.
Now see how he put his tongue under the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's over the top of the bit. Let's see what he does. Okay. Now maybe for a little firmer than that, because it's going to get caught on his teeth. See how it's caught on his teeth now? Get it above his. There we go, right about there. So we're going to have to pay attention to that, because it looks to me like this is one of the things already. And so take your finger and do this. Take your finger. Touch yourself on the tongue. And just press as hard as you can, just soft. Okay, stop. Now touch yourself under the tongue and press as hard as you can. Which one hurts?
The bottom.
Dude, okay, I'm so sorry. This guy knows nothing about horses. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but this is literally the dumbest conversation I've ever had to listen to by a trainer. It's honestly kind of crazy to me, actually, listening to this, that people look up to Pat Parelli so much. This is the first real training video I've watched of his. No. Horses put their tongues on top of bits to avoid pain. We know this. This has been studied, okay? The horse is not putting his tongue on top of the bit, and that's just creating problems because it's harder underneath. No, what's happening is when the bit goes on top of the tongue and then you start pulling on it, the bit makes a triangle shape and it starts pressing into the roof of the mouth. So the horse then has two options to avoid pain. The horse can either just deal with having pain on the roof of the mouth and the bars, or the horse can slip their tongue on top of the bit and deal with pain on the bars and not the roof of the mouth. Which one do you think the horse is going to choose? It's going to choose the one that's less painful, which means they're going to put their tongue on top of the bit. This is why beginner riders should not use bits. I personally don't believe that any riders should use bits, but I definitely think that bits do not belong in the hands of beginner riders. They have no idea what they're doing, and almost all of them rely on the reins for balance.
Let's put the bit up a little bit tighter on this side over here. Come over on this side.
Okay.
Put the bit up a little so it's not hitting his teeth. got to be loose, but not so loose that it hits his teeth. There. All right, good. All right, cinch him up. And we're going to move him one more time and then get on. I always try to get people to tighten their cinch at least 2 times, and 3 times is even better. Okay? Now lead him around a little bit when you're ready there, and then let me see you get on him. Looks pretty tight to me.
Dude, who taught this kid how to ride? Oh, this annoys me so bad. The way that he cinched up the horse, first of all, that cinch is uneven. And second of all, he used all of his body weight to cinch up the saddle. No, that causes pinches. It causes irritation. It causes the girth to be way too tight. Are you kidding me? How did he not say anything at all to this kid? I mean, this horse is truly a saint. Because if you cinched up any other horse like that, he would have been cow-kicked.
That's another thing that might make him rear up. Okay? Just tight enough that your saddle's going to stay on. We're not going to rope anything today. You know, like if it was you, all right, if I did this here, took my piggin string, and I'm just going to kind of get on it here just a little bit. We'll put it up here above your things here, ready? So now let's, tell me when does that feel all right?
Yeah.
Does that feel all right?
Yeah.
Does that feel all right?
Yeah.
Does that feel all right?
No.
Huh? How about there?
Not too good.
Not too good. Okay? So I kind of think about walking your horse's horseshoes there a minute or more. I'm just going to keep kind of poking about. See, I'm not a horse trainer. If anything, I'm a people trainer.
Well, you're not doing a good job. I should say this, at least he said something about the girth, okay? I get that maybe he's trying to walk around this kid's feelings, but yeah, that's definitely going to hurt the horse. That's definitely going to cause problems when you tighten your girth so tight that the horse can't even walk. But he didn't mention anything about the bit thing, and he didn't mention anything about the fact that this horse clearly doesn't have any other issues apart from the kid just being an idiot. I knew how to do all of this stuff correctly by the time I was 6 or 7. The fact that this kid is a teenager just proves my point. He probably just runs this horse around and rips the face off and tightens the girth too tight. And then he's like, oh, I don't know why my horse is rearing. I know 6-year-olds that can tack up horses better than this. This guy should not even be riding. I'm being dead serious. A guy that doesn't even understand how to tack up a horse properly should not even be riding.
So I always tell people long stirrups for trail rides, short stirrups for bronc rides. If he's going to be rearing up and all that kind of stuff, he might need to be a little more athletic position.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to fast forward this because this kid is such an idiot. It's like, I'm here to judge a riding video and we're half an hour into this and the kid hasn't even started riding because he doesn't even know how to fit a saddle properly on a horse or to himself.
Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Just go ride him around there for me. Just do anything you like, doesn't matter what it is. Let me just see what you got, what he does. Okay, keep on. Let's back him up a little bit maybe, show me how he backs. Okay. Well, as I suspected, he got his bit under his tongue. All right, just ride him around there a little bit. Now he's got it on top. Soft and easy. Just go ride him around. Go a little faster and show me what happens when you move him out. And does his foxtrot or a canter or whatever. That's good. Keep going. Now what I'd like you to do is let go of the reins and see what he does. Just let go of the reins. Now I'd like you to lift up on your left rein only just a little bit, just a little. Put your other hand on the horn. Just lift up on that rein just a little bit, just a little bit. Slow down, that, just relax. Lift there, just lift until he thinks about slowing down. Just lift until he's down. There we go. Now let go of that rein. Now your lead rope is down around your foot there. We need to put it up around our horn or our belt. Let him go. Let him go where he wants. Let go of the reins. Let's see what he does. Now I don't want you to go faster. I want to see if he'll relax. Lift up on your left rein there. Just lift up on your left rein. Just that's enough. As soon as he relaxes, lift a little bit, and now let go. And just sit. Just sit. Don't ride. Just sit.
In my opinion, what it seems like is every single time this kid gets on this horse, he just runs the horse around. So that's just what the horse expects. The horse expects him to run him around constantly and then keep a tight rein. In the beginning there, it was just tight, 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 tight. He was not giving any release to the horse at all, which is why the horse put its tongue on top of the bit, was to take away some amount of pain or pressure. Not only that, but in the beginning when the kid was doing a barely doing a posting trot, he couldn't post a trot correctly either. Again, this kid is just relying on having long stirrups to keep him balanced in the saddle. You can tell that because he pushes his legs all the way out in front of him when he rides. So he doesn't have good balance. He's just relying on keeping his legs long. And also, he gets very tense in the saddle. Every time this horse picks up speed, it's because he's tense in the saddle. Even though he lets go of the reins, you can still be physically tense. That's one of the reasons why in dressage, one of the things they teach you is using your body to slow down or speed up a horse. You don't have to use even your voice or the reins to give cues. Horses will listen to your body language. You can tense up your body or you can relax your body, and the horse will listen to that and replicate that. This kid is very tense. He's unbalanced. He honestly shouldn't even be riding.
Just sit. Let go. Let go, let go, let go. Now lift up on your right rein a little bit. See, you're a good rider, so we're kind of going fast here, but you look like you can handle it. Just lift up softly, just a little bit. Let go. The moment, feel him relax right there, let go. Just sit, just sit. Just see if he'll relax with you up there. Let go. Just relax. Just see if he'll stop but without doing anything. Just relax, sit still. Sit.
Come here.
Now just lift up on your right rein a little bit, just up a little bit, just soft, soft, soft. Just lift up on the right rein a little bit, just lift up on the right, till I tell you. Till I tell you. Let go. You feel him get soft there?
Yeah.
Now just go with you, just relax. Don't ask him to go, allow him to go, but let him know that you ain't asking him to. Let go of the reins, and lift up on your left rein, just a little bit, just a little bit. Lift up on your left rein, just a little bit. Lift, lift, lift. Got to do something. There you go. Lift. Hang on there. Sit soft until he relaxes. Soft until he relaxes. Soft until he relaxes. Now, if you weren't a confident rider, I would have had you reach around and bend him in half. But lift up on there until he relaxes. Lift on the one rein. Lift. Let go. Drop it. Just relax. Relax. Lift again. Soft. Right rein's fine. Lift up, 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 up. Let go, let go. When you let go of the reins, there's only one thing left, the truth. Mm-hmm. Lift up on the left rein, soft, softer, soft, soft. Just relax. Pretend like you're tired and you're yawning. Just relax. Lift. Just sit, relax, relax, sit, lift, 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 let go. And just see what he does. See if he'll stay in a walk. Just relax. Right rein. Soft, 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 soft.
Dude, teaching somebody to raise the reins all the way up to their chest. Red flag. I'm sorry. This kid's not a good rider. He's not confident. He's nervous. He has no idea what he's doing. And don't get me wrong, it's not his fault. Somebody obviously didn't teach him correctly how to ride. But Pat Parelli's not teaching this kid anything. If anything, he's just blaming the horse and saying, oh, the horse puts his tongue on top of the bit. It's the horse's problem. Oh, the horse won't relax. It's the horse's problem. And he's just saying, well, you should relax to help the horse. No, you should be telling the kid that he doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea how to ride. He's tense. He's pulling this horse around. The horse is tense because he is, and the horse is trying to avoid pain.
And I want you to lift up until he stops. Lift softly and see if he'll put his head down and eat. Soft, soft, soft. Wait till he stops. Wait till he stops. Lift softly, softly. Let go. See if he'll put his head down and eat. All right, now I see him trying to bite himself. Does he ever do that? Does he do that?
Yeah, he does a lot when he gets nervous.
When he gets nervous, he starts biting himself, all right? Well, this may be probably from the tie down. See what it is, the tie down says no. Don't lift your head, don't do this, don't do that. The shank bit says engage. There's only two ways to engage. In a conversation or a battle. Now he's upset and he's mad. And so then he starts fighting in a battle. All right? You ever seen boxers?
Yeah.
They do their nose, they almost kind of like punching him. Well, that's what he's doing. He's biting him, he's getting ready. He's getting ready for a battle. So just relax, just rub on him. Just rub on him. Just rub, soft, don't pet, rub. Rub, soft. There, let him know he can relax and he can put his head down and eat even, okay?
This horse does not like this kid. Chances are this kid has definitely abused the crap out of this horse by pulling him. He said that he was riding in a shank bit prior to this. Yeah, no kid who has no experience with even putting tack on a horse should ever even be riding in a bit, period, much less a shank bit. Shank bits apply 5 pounds of pressure in the horse's mouth for every 1 pound of pressure that you apply with your hand. They're absolutely horrible. Not to mention that the horse is kicking and swishing his tail when this guy's petting him. The horse definitely doesn't like him, and the horse is reaching around trying to bite. Not at himself, like what Pat Parelli's saying. He's probably trying to bite at the kid's legs or something. Again, this is a horse that has been totally wrecked by a bad rider. This is what it looks like. When you put a bad, inexperienced rider on a horse, this is what you see. This is the behavior that comes out of that. This kid has no idea what he's doing, and Pat Parelli's just kind of subtly hinting at that. No, somebody needs to tell this kid that he has no idea what he's doing and needs to go take riding lessons. It's honestly embarrassing to me that Pat Parelli would even continue this and not say to the kid, okay, you're not good enough to be doing this. You're just going to cause problems and you're just going to confuse this horse. You need to go back to square one. So again, communication here is terrible. This is honestly so bad I don't even want to continue watching this because this is the most embarrassing video I think I've ever seen put out by a professional trainer. It's bad, okay? And I really went into this trying to be unbiased. Really, truly, I did. But he's not telling this kid anything that the kid's doing wrong. Also, he's completely misreading a lot of this horse's body language, and he's not telling this kid how that kid's riding is going to negatively impact the horse and the horse's behavior. You have to start from the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is not the horse. The root of the problem is this kid who shouldn't even be riding this horse. And again, it's not the kid's fault. Somebody obviously didn't teach him correctly, but this is Pat Parelli's opportunity to teach this kid how to ride, and he's not saying to the kid, hey, you're the problem, because he doesn't want to hurt this kid's feelings, and he also doesn't want to hurt anybody else's feelings who's watching this video who probably rides the same way as this kid. Guess what? People need to know that the reason why their horses have problems is because of them. Otherwise, their horse is never going to get better, and it just becomes a safety hazard where eventually the horse gets so fed up with their bullshit that it throws them, and then they have the horse euthanized and they say that it's a bad, dangerous horse when they were the problem all along. Man, I cannot, honestly, this is the first time that I have not finished a single one of these videos, but I highly, highly, highly doubt it gets any better, you guys. I might make a part 2 reaction to him. this was just absolutely terrible. It really was. I mean, honestly, I would give this a D. Like, I don't want to give it an F because I feel like I haven't seen enough of his videos, but this literally gets a D. This is terrible. I disagree with this in every way. Also, I hate the fact that he calls himself a natural horseman because there is nothing natural about putting a bit in a horse's mouth. Whew. Anyway, so D for Pat Parelli. Sorry, Pat. Actually, I don't really feel bad because your wife beats horses. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really did not want this video to be negative, but it is. That's just my opinion. I can't change it. I can't go back on it. That's just how I feel. This was terrible. Whew. Anyway, though, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this Let's Judge Horse Trainers Pat Parelli edition video. Make sure to subscribe to Patreon or YouTube members if you would like to see more content, but otherwise, I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.